Hi all, and especially to those 5 people that are still watching this series. My name's Kptk92. We're here for another co-op race in the Nurburgring for the German Grand Prix. Joining me is my McLaren teammate, it's NillisLukins. How you doing now?
Hello everyone. Yeah, not doing too bad. Hopefully we'll kind of build on a bit of a very mini success in Silverstone. I mean, it wasn't a success. I didn't get any points, but if I could legitimately say that without one mistake, i.e. the drive-through on the opening lap, I would have been in the points.
And it's those mistakes that we need to cut out now.
But that's good that it's just the mistakes we need to cut out. Previously, I wasn't even making mistakes. I was just shit slow. But now it's just mistakes just to stop me from getting points. So hopefully hopefully the pace will continue and we'll cut out the mistakes and you never know, we might even outrace Kerry and get a 1 in that outrace column in a teammate challenge. But until then, I'm still being murdered. That was brought to you by Mark Neville. I'm sure he's delighted that that's come back.
We're heading for the 39-0 clean sweep of season 1 and 2 out races at the moment. So I think the one time I get beaten by nil will almost certainly be the most popular video of the series. So,
well, I don't think it will, because I think everyone hates me. And like I said in a Silverstone video, I think actually quite a lot of people will probably be tuning in, and probably the entertainment factor of them tuning in is to see me fail. I'm sure they're enjoying watching me fail.
But it demotivates me, Neil.
You know?
It demotivates me. I think we're losing. Well, it's an unwinnable war with Lotus, our former team, with you not firing on all cylinders and getting in these points. We managed to just overtake Lotus at the last race through virtue of a 2nd place finish for myself. But that won't happen every race. We need consistent points from you as well now. So just the 9 so far. So hopefully
just the 9 so far, which is just about a 9th of the points that you've got so far this season. I mean, it's not quite, but almost there. So yeah, so well done me. Let's roll through the grid. Alonso's got himself on pole ahead of Vettel on his home race. It's pretty important for Alonso to try and get some good results. As I've said before, he's showing a trend that he had from last season of having a flying start and then just dripping away and just, falling into a pit of nothingness, while Kerry, Hamilton and others battle for the championship. So he'll be looking to get a big result today. The new championship leader, Lewis Hamilton, is up there in 3rd along with his German teammate Rosberg. Then there's Massa, Raikkonen and Hockenheimring. So again, it's the same. This time it's the same top 9.
De Resta is not 10th.
It's not De Resta in 10th, which is very interesting. But it's the same 9 people in the top 9, just in slightly different order. Apart from Raikkonen, Hockenheimring and Grosjean, who are still 7th, 8th and 9th. Then there's Ricciardo, and then Di Resta comes in 11th. Then Sutao, Vergner, Maldonado, Gutierrez, Bottas, Bianchi, Prick, as Kerry keeps calling him, which I'm not sure is very nice, but we'll do it anyway. Moneybags, Van der Gay, NillisLukins, and girl's name 1992. Should we go?
Do you not realise that Van der Gay is also offensive?
Well, you came up with it, so why don't you answer that?
Well, what was the other one? I forgot which one was offensive. I don't even know. Anyway, we're going for a similar strategy to how it went at Silverstone.
Okay.
The game randomly chucked on prime tyres, wanted me to start, and it actually ended up getting me a good result. So I just want to see if that pattern kind of translates over, because I can kind of see the theory in it, especially with the tyre wear being not as kind as it was in the last game. So if we start on a slower tyre, get through the traffic, and then really attack the front runners on the soft tyre stint, I think, in theory, it seems like a good strategic plan, but we'll see how it goes really from there. So
I am amazed by that, because all the banter you gave me in 2010 about how the starting on primes is the wrong strategy. Meanwhile, 5 lights are up. They're now out, so let's go. All that banter you gave me in 2010 about how the prime stint to start off with isn't the way to go.
Well, this is a different time, isn't it? With the soft tyre, you could really prolong your stint in 2012, because well, because the soft tyre could go like pretty much the entire race distance, and you could still go fast. Whereas this time it's a completely different ball game.
Meanwhile, well, we're just going around the outside of everyone here. That worked really well. Oh, there's a Mercedes out there on the grass, interestingly. Oh, don't go wide, come back. Cool. Jesus.
Could we get the first safety car of the season? It doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. Oh, that was an incredible start. I ruined it by running wide into whatever turn number it was. As it happens, we're up into P15, having a run on Vern, who's got a run on Bianchi, but... Oh, so nearly hit Bianchi then. Oh, oversteer, and Vern's gone back through. But we're going to stick it out at the inside and hopefully take that place for P14. Yeah, we do.
Oh, these guys are tripping each other up. Do Gutierrez. And we're going to do Vern, courtesy of Jules Bianchi.
That was probably because I went out the inside of him and he wasn't expecting it.
A strong opening lap there. You could call it probably a more conservative opening lap than me than from me than Neil there, and yet still we're not really separated by too much. So
Is that a swipe at me?
partly, but also just like trying to underline how you don't have to be aggressive all the time, and things will come good.
To be fair, my lap wasn't particularly aggressive. I thought it was slightly more refined compared to how I've been in the past, let's say. My inexperience at this track is showing. I've done maybe 3 or 4 laps in scenario mode around this track, and that is it. So I'm really starting to struggle now, as evidenced by the fact that Kerry on the slower tyres is right up my jacksie. I'm not going to fight him too hard because get on with it, mate.
Well, you want to make me go tight into the corner, you deal with it.
.35.9, and that was in clean air.
Bit of front wing, carnage.
Don't know who it belongs to yet, so that could prove dangerous later on in a lap, maybe.
I'm keeping an eye out, but too busy looking ahead that Maldonado is going very slow. That move was far too aggressive. Here we go, now they're tripping each other up.
Followed you at the inside of Maldonado there, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a Lotus. It's Raikkonen again. Kimi, I like breaking front wings. Got to yield it.
Oh my god. Well, see you there, guys.
And Hockenheimring as well. Well, don't know what to make of that incident, but another silly one. So it was actually Hockenheimring who lost his front wing. And we lost a lot of time that lap, so the leaders are already gone.
Yeah, they have long gone. That could be crucial for my race. Oh, so could this. If we don't correct it, we just about have. We're very quiet. The
Yeah,
concentration
well,
is
there's not much to say really.
all there to see. We got a good run on Ricardo now. Is he going to leave me enough room on the outside? Not really.
The gap to the car in front is less than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
Okay, I don't know what on earth Grosjean is doing there. Wow. But I should just come to expect that now from the AI, really. This is going to be a hard slog to the end of the season, I think.
Warning, caused a collision. Okay. Not really sure why Ricardo was hanging on around the outside there, but never mind. Can we cut it into the corner? We can. Progress is being made, guys. That is not very good though. I think I might pit this lap. My tyres don't feel very handy at all.
Well, we're past Grosjean, but it's only a matter of time before he floors it again, and he's so far behind, but it doesn't matter because AI are on rails. It was just hilarious that last incident. I'm still just seething from that, really.
Well, what actually happened?
Well, he had no right at all. He was nowhere near, and then he just managed to carry so much speed on the inside of the corner of this one we're coming up to, going onto the back straight. And he pretty much threw me into the gravel.
I think I'm going to pit this lap. I think I'm losing time to Raikkonen. I think I'm going to try and get the undercut to work, maybe.
Speed up, please. Getting frustrated by this game now.
Got to actually drive this pit lane. Is a rarity on this F1 calendar. You actually have to drive into it properly.
Oh, DeResta didn't actually get DRS from you, which I was expecting, but...
Right, I'm going to be very hopeful now that I get out into some kind of clean air and can try and put some laps together.
Remember to stay inside the white line or we'll get a penalty.
It's not going to happen by the looks of it. Particularly when the Russia and the Caterham fight between them.
Pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Let's get the car turned in. That'll probably help. Right, let's go then. Try and maybe get the undercut on Kimi. That would be sweet indeed.
Well, he's all on his own at the moment, so it's going to be a battle of lap times.
That was a... I mean, you probably could categorise it as a dive bomb, but I mean, it was a fair move.
Kimi's in.
I wonder if my lack of clean air is going to hinder me then.
The leaders are already out.
Right, we're getting to the end of the pit lane. That's Raikkonen in front of us by the looks of it. It is indeed. So we managed to be quicker than him. Because we are now right behind him. And within DRS range. We definitely weren't before the pit stops. So that could potentially have worked. But we need to make the move stick when we get to him now. So it would help if we can get the nose into corners and not oversteer on the exit. He's also being held up by a Williams, which is really helpful. He backs out of that move there. So we've got DRS on him, don't run wide. But he's going to make the move on the Williams. I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? Am I? Yeah, I will. God, I didn't mean to dive bomb Raikkonen, but I kind of have, and it's worked, has it? Can we do it on the outside? We can. Well, opportunistic. Lucky, some would say, but taking it I am. So we're now ahead of Raikkonen. Can we stay there though? Not when we lock up and and when you get on the marbles, it's such a pathetic feeling. You just can't do anything at all.
What position are you all fighting for at the moment?
I'm in 7th currently.
Right. That's kind of the area I'm expecting to come at.
Ah, you'll be ahead of us. For sure.
I think Alonso wants me to crack on a little bit now. I'm still setting personal bests, but not fast enough. Luckily I'm good enough out of the chicane to kind of eke an advantage a little bit.
I'm 10.5 seconds behind Webber, so the chances of finishing higher than my current position of 7th are pretty much out of the window. Oh, that's rubbish. All I can really do, which is what I'm trying my hardest to do, is stay ahead of Raikkonen. And I'm calling it now. If I do that, I'll be happy with this race. So I've done much less mileage on this track. In fact, virtually no mileage on this track previously, but every other track I've done quite a few laps on.
Yeah, I think Alonso wants me to go in a second, so Vettel's just racing away.
I'm okay. Actually, I'm going to do one more. Go through one more split before I say anything. Actually.
Fuel is looking okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, I'm managing the gap to Webber. He's not pulling away.
Right, be interesting to see where I file at then. That's my conservative stint over. Now we go for the attacking one. So it's a nice feeling actually going in on the options. And if you're holding the gap to Webber, then you must be pretty quick.
Oh, we're going to come out just behind us. Jesus. I thought you'd be well ahead of us, actually.
Well, Kimi was about 4 seconds down the road when he pitted, so.
You managed to hold off Raikkonen. hope you understand that for the sake of my battle with Raikkonen, I'm not exactly going to pull over and let you through, but I won't battle you.
It's alright, DRS was invented for these situations. Unless I wipe you off into the gravel, because I got such a grip advantage.
No, I'm no longer maintaining the gap to Webber. That might have just been a flash in the pan while I was in the rich mixture.
It's pure drifting around that chicane.
No exit speed whatsoever. Thanks for the DRS, that's really good.
Teamwork.
That prevents Raikkonen from getting past me down into here.
Oh, Webber 11 seconds clear. Ouch. But we've got 2 cars ahead of Lotus. And that's good news.
For how long? Because Raikkonen is all over me and someone behind us catching us.
Just going pure aggressive, just taking everything out of the tyres.
It is the other Lotus of Grosjean that's catching us up.
Hang in there, Neil. Maybe they'll wipe each other out and give us even more points.
Well, this is going to be a repeat of the Spanish Grand Prix, where for the entire last stint, I'm just holding off cars that are clearly faster than me.
7 tenths out of Webber in one sector.
Oh, Raikkonen's got great speed here out of nowhere.
A further, what, 7 tenths again in sector 3? So,
Raikkonen's going to go for it on the outside. Slow down. He's bumping into me. Oh, go away, Raikkonen. We've taken him back. And in fact, Grosjean's gone past.
Neil going pure Jorge Lorenzo defending style.
Yeah, I lost about 2 seconds to you in that sector alone.
He's trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
Well, nice day for a stroll through the Nurburgring now.
The Eiffel Mountains.
Yeah, kind of just chilling out at the moment.
Are you making enough inroads on Webber, do you think? Or is
Probably,
time running out?
not, if I'm honest. But still, it'll be nice to see how close I can get to him. I'm almost closer to him now than I am to you, so. That's what, 1.3 seconds taken out of him? It's not going to be enough, really.
Right, so I'm now in a position where I need to keep defending in the DRS zones. The tyres are falling away as well, starting to struggle.
Not looking forward to the message when my fuel goes down to optimal. sucks really when you choose a cautious fuel strategy and they pretty much still only give you just enough. You can't really attack the race.
Well, if you want realism, I'm afraid to say it, Kptk92's got one thing right.
Realism and Codemasters should not be in a sentence together.
Unless the words distinct lack of somewhere sit in the middle. Right, am I going to have to defend again? I think I am, yeah. God, DRS is so overpowered here.
Oh, that's a significant amount of time I've taken out of Webber. Boo! Fuel's looking okay, boo.
You're losing half a second a lap.
I think I've got just enough over Grosjean that I shouldn't need to use too much curves into turn 1, so that's good news because that means more for later on.
This is just like qualifying. It's a good strategy to go. Just need a bit more in the first stint.
That wasn't the right gear there. God, I almost went into the gravel then. The Schumacher S, which is actually absolutely flat out. Oversteer, not good. That means my tyres are falling away. Here comes Grosjean again. Oh, I've gone deep in the chicane this time, that's not good. Give me traction, I haven't got any. Oh,
Grosjean has gone into 7th.
This is the last lap. If we take this guy, we gain some points.
Don't think I'm going to catch Webber, although it looks like he may have traffic issues. Unless that's
Wow.
actually someone he's racing.
how about that?
Dive bomb extraordinaire back into 7th.
DRS and curves down the main straight, helping me out big time. So now I just need to keep it clean for the rest of the lap, he says, cutting the corner. I'm putting it into Rich. I don't know how much fuel I got left, but I'm doing it. Frankly,
Well,
I need the acceleration out of these corners.
I'm going to be right on the back of Webber. See, one more lap again. There's a Merc as well, so 4th place was not far away. Vettel wins it, and I'm right on the back of these guys. I would have been able to launch an attack on this lap, should there have been an extra one. But we've just ultimately run short. We even had DRS on the final straight there. That's how close I got to him. So yeah, that's an interesting strategy again. And that's nearly, well, got me ahead of my key drivers' championship rivals. But
The Lotus cars are ghosting, strangely, but it matters not because we beat them to the line. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. I'm ignoring the fact that I lost 20 seconds to you in about 5 laps, but that I'm quite pleased with that.
Neil nearly, well, you nearly double your points total there for the
Yes.
season in just one race. So yeah, that's good. They're the kind of results we want as well. We have said all throughout the series so far that Lotus are our target. Let's be realistic. The championship's not going to be on really, so we just need to make do and draw up our own target. So both cars ahead of Lotus, and that's the first time that's happened this season actually. So I'm quite happy with that. So well done, Neil. Well done, me. Well done, Team McLaren for the first time this season.
Yeah, that's only the second double points finish. Is that right? No, sorry, third. Third, because I got 8 points in Malaysia and 1 point somewhere else. I can't remember where that was now. But I got 1 point somewhere else.
Yeah, so good result. Vettel wins then the German Grand Prix, so he wins his home race to the delight of the fans, I'm sure. Donuts everywhere for all. Fernando Alonso and Massa both on the podium. Ferrari getting some good points now and there. Battle for the championship. Rosberg and Webber were following suit, and I was oh so nearly close to both of them in 6th there. The strategy nearly paid off, so may see that coming back in future races, I think. NillisLukins is 7th, I'm pleased to say, with some point scores ahead of both Lotus guys. So it sounded like the way you were saying with a couple of laps to go, the Lotus boys are like right up behind you. I feared the worst, but you've held on well, man, and I'm quite happy that you're up here as well. So.
It was a complete repeat. Exclude the fact that it's different cars, but it was a complete repeat of Spain, getting the Spain race. Apart from obviously in Spain, I wasn't battling for points, I don't think. But I had the rest are behind me for the entire stint, and then Sutil caught up towards the end as well. And I just managed to, not make too many mistakes or any at all, and managed to keep them behind me. I did lose a place to Grosjean briefly because I made one mistake in going too deep into the chicane, but managed to dive bomb it back down into turn 1, and that was on the last lap, so I managed to hold on after that, which is very good. I'll round out the rest of the results. There's one very important name that we're missing, which is quite interesting, but I'm sure we'll see that as we roll down. So the 2 Lotuses followed us home, Kimi and Roman in reverse order. The rest I finished 10th, and then Sutil, Ricardo, and there is Lewis Hamilton. So it was he that there was the Mercedes off on the grass on that one that I saw. He actually done pretty well to recover, you have to say, to get up to 13th, but no points for him, so that would dent his championship charge. Maldonado, Verne, Bottas, Gutierrez, the overpowered man. What on earth happened to him?
Well, he broke his wing, didn't he? So.
Oh, of course, yes.
And that's the only thing that could stop someone so overpowered. It's
Clearly.
By giving him a massive nerf on his car. So.
Clearly.
Yeah, there you go. He
And
still beats the new teams though, which is quite funny.
Of which Jules Bianchi won that battle. Moneybags did not finish last, so shame on you, Charles Peake.
Well done, Max.
For letting him do that. Right, Driver Championship. So with Hamilton's no score, he's no longer top of the table. With his very, I'd say, comfortable 2nd place. I think that's probably fair to say. Alonso takes the lead in the championship. So maybe my prophecy at the start of this race and through most of the season, arguably, maybe he's proving me wrong, and he's in it for the long haul this time round. But it remains to be seen. Sebastian Vettel's in 3rd, and then. And there's only 7 points between those top 3, and then one of our heroes is in P4 with 88 points is Kerry, but 66 points behind Alonso and 59 behind Sebastian Vettel. Kerry, how do you plead?
Well, let's be realistic here. 4th is probably going to be the highest we can achieve, and that's if we have flawless races throughout the rest of the season. So far, so good. It's going well. We're holding 4th, and that's it. That's all we can do. In future seasons, maybe we can change our approach a little bit. Maybe we will be fighting for the championship a bit more. But right now, 4th seems to be the most realistic target. I don't think if anything, we'll probably only start losing more points to the top guys still, even if they are taking points off each other every now and then. But imagine if that was a real F1 season and these 3 were having it out. What a season that would be.
If only, Kerry. If only.
Yeah, we can only dream. And I can only dream of being 4th in the real championship. So Rosberg and Webber behind. Those 2 finished ahead of me, but it looks like I've still got a tiny buffer, so can't let my guard down at all throughout this season. Massa, the 2 Lotus guys, still 8th and 9th, so kind of underperforming, you'd probably say, from them really. Hockenheimring 10th, and Neil gets some points on the board. He's into double figures, guys, and it's what round are we on there? 10 or 11 or whatever it is.
I don't think. No, I don't think so. Because what was it? So Spain was 5, Monaco 6, Canada 7, Britain 8. This was 9.
Round 9. Okay, so you got the double figures before we get to double figures in the rounds, but still, 15 points. You close up to Hulkenberg, and crucially, you scored more than Lotus today. So that's
Which
what we
is
want to
probably
see.
the most important thing now. I think it's not appropriate for me to be selfish and look at my driver standings. I think it's more appropriate to look at how I'm finishing in against the Lotus cars for the team battle. So as long as I can finish ahead of at least one Lotus in each race, then that will be something of a success.
But there we go then. Gutierrez, Sutil, De Resta, Ricardo, Maldonado round out the final point scorers. Verne and Bottas yet to get a point. Bianchi leads the scrap for the new team. So there we go. That's the championship as of round 9. Let's see the constructors and see how that's panning out. It's arguably even tighter than the drivers, actually. That's looking pretty good. Alonso may lead the championship, but his team is 9 points off in 3rd place. So there's tiny differences all the way down the field, actually, in their respective battles. So Mercedes lead Red Bull by 6 points. Ferrari only 3 points further back. So that's a great fight going on right there. If only we were involved in it. McLaren in 4th at the moment. We hold a 9-point advantage over Lotus, so we did extend that gap today, which is good news. So we can only keep going forward from there.
Hopefully we can continue to do that. If I can very quickly say, because you did just very quickly mention, maybe changing our approach if we do another season. I know I mentioned a couple of races ago when I was at a very close to the bottom of my pit of depression. That maybe we might look into changing things this season. I might put a setup on or do qualifying or something. I think we both agreed that we're not going to do that. We're going to keep going on the way we are, and I just need to butt my ideas up. But I do want to give a shout out very quickly to someone who watches a lot of the videos on Kerry's, if not all the videos on Kerry's channel, and does comment us quite a lot as well. Please forgive me if I don't pronounce this right, but the username is Ju1 added Ju1. I probably pronounced that wrong, but he said it in a video recently that he's been backed up in his convictions that we're not going to win races with the new AI from back of the grid. You've been proved to be right in quite a lot of races so far this season. Kerry came very close last race in Silverstone, obviously. But yeah, we do we do read all your comments, and we do pay attention to all of them. So please, particularly you, G1, don't think that we're ignoring you. But I think now that we just started the season, I think it's correct that we continue with the same settings and the same setup that we've got all the way into the end. But if we do another season, then we can maybe switch up a little bit there. I don't know what you think about that, Kerry, but I think that probably sums it up.
No, nicely. I agree with you. I think the approach we're doing right now is good. There were calls before F1 2013 even came out for us to start as an even slower team. In which case, what on earth would you be watching then? It could just be us struggling to even get 1 point. So we'll see how the season pans out. See how we get on for the remainder of the season, and then we'll kind of review our options and decide what the next best step is for the co-op championship. Obviously, we're not happy that 4th is probably the realistic target that the best case scenario in both championships. So I think we will have a look in the future and see what we can do.
Let's think of it as a transition season. Like a little bit like McLaren in real life, perhaps, maybe. But anyway, as ever, we rambled on quite a bit, which is probably my fault for bringing that up at the end. Where are we off to next, Kerry?
We're off to the scene of probably one of my best victories in the co-op season, the Hungarian Grand Prix. That will be tough. Monaco without the walls, as they call it. So if this race is anything to go by based on the race we had at Monaco this season, then it could be another tricky afternoon, I think, on the circuit. So yeah, but hopefully we'll keep up the momentum. We're well and truly stepping up a gear now as the season progresses. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Hungary and what we can do there. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you stick around still. I've been Kptk92 as ever.
And I've been NillisLukins. Again, I have to echo Kerry. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time out in Hungary. Cheers.